Welcome back to the shop. Today is a rare behind the scenes look at my workbench. I've got the regular old blue cutting mat. It's out getting cleaned up in the yard, drying out, so I got some video I'll patch in of that. Not very exciting, but anyway, this is a steel workbench. It's got I never did make the thing. 1/4-inch plate steel. It came in part of the lot that I got the air compressor, the walker turner, the sandblaster. I also have another thing that I haven't shown you yet. I'll maybe do an episode on my milling machine one of these days. I've got it up at my parents' house. But I also have another thing called a Hartford Super Spacer, which is designed as sort of an indexing, rotating thing, but it's there might be some application for it with my drill press, but in general, it's designed to be used with like something like a Bridgeport. So anyway, that particular Craigslist deal that I went through was great. It sort of revolutionized the shop. So I think, you know, it doesn't take a lot of money. It just takes being, I don't know, just my brother, he's got like the fever for it. He's always looking for stuff. Looking for bargains and whatnot. And if I were to have to go out and accumulate this stuff on my own, piecemeal it'd be possible. However, the sandblaster is roughly, I don't know, $4,500, something like that. You know, I didn't pay near that for everything. Nothing. So anyway, there are deals to be had out there. So keep an eye out, and you can get some really nice stuff for cheap. It's not going to be new, but you know, I don't like new shit anyway. So anyway, today's episode is going to be sort of an interesting one, because I've got a lot of, it's a nice day. I've got the smoker going. I've got a picnic cut in a little Eggcorn mini smoker, and while I'm while I'm sitting out on the patio with a cold beer watching the smoker work, I'm going to look for something to sort of occupy my hands. And I think what I might do is take this axe and then work on sanding the handle down, and I'll probably cut in some footage of me polishing this up. This is going to be a wall hanger, and the reason it's going to be a wall hanger is because it is an ice axe. And down here in South Florida, I just don't have much application for it. So anyway, it's very cool. I love the profile of it. I mean, I probably would take it with me if I was hiking somewhere. Don't do a lot of hiking these days. But anyway, it's nice and light. It's full size. It's just a great axe. The handle on it is in pretty good shape. I think it's a little bit, I know it's a little bit loose, and it's got a little bit of rod on the top, but I think what this does is this sort of provides me an opportunity to talk about something I'd mentioned before in the other videos, is how the sandblaster can be, the media blaster can be used on wood, and the way that it treats wood is sort of a metaphor, or the analogy I guess would be the way maggots eat meat. Maggots will only eat the rotten meat. They won't eat the good meat, their live meat. So the sandblaster, to a degree, is similar. It will hog out the rotten stuff first and leave the sturdier stuff, which is somewhat obvious. But anyway, in this application, I think what I want to do is use that particular trait of the sandblaster to hog out this rotten stuff in here, and then I'm going to fill this with epoxy. And then use that to sort of lock this head on there, because this is going to be a wall hanger for all intents and purposes, and I think it's going to look really nice. And Alright, so this has been through the sandblaster, and you can see that a lot of the rotten wood has been blown out of there. There's quite a bit of, I'm not sure what the depth perception, but you're able to see that this can poke down in there quite a ways. And they have all sorts of hand-cut nails and brass screws and shit like that in there, which is pretty neat. You know, I think the history of these things and how people repair them and whatnot, I mean, repairs right or wrong, it doesn't matter. It's still somebody took the time to try to fix this thing with what they had on hand, and you know, there's a time and a place to appreciate that, and I think that's this tool. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to, at some point in this restoration, fill this with epoxy. Right now, I think I sort of got a little ahead of myself when I was talking about sanding earlier, because it didn't even occur to me that I should just do the damn handle in the sandblaster, which I did, and I think it will probably come out alright in the footage that I just had a minute ago. But anyway, it did a nice job sanding this, but on top of that, I also have a new tool, which you saw briefly in one of the other videos, and this is sort of an elastic, spongy Velcro pad on a die grinder, and this is wonderful. Sanding is not a fun project, or not a fun task, so this really does a good job. And it came with a pile of discs and whatnot, and I go through them pretty quick, but anyway, I'm real happy to have it. I'm going to put it to use here. I think I'm going to, again, I'm sort of learning with this tool, so I'm probably going to bounce back and forth between the head, the metal and the wood, and just sort of learn what grits and how much time and whatnot. Again, just sort of figuring things out as it go. Alright, I think I'm going to epoxy this now before I put any of the wax on it, because I don't want the wax to impede to get on here and sort of keep it from sticking. So. Alright, so I have two camcorders, and I got my wires crossed. I was in and out of the house, tending to the grill, things like that. And I thought I had both cameras off when they were on, and then when I went to go turn them on, I turned them off. And what I had done is delete the footage where I had talked about why I was finishing this the way I was, and I was just lamenting about different things. But anyway, I completely missed the shot. I can't undo it. I can't go back. I can't do any of that. I just screwed up. I apologize. Anyway, thank you for watching. I'm just going to cut in a little clip here about the subscribers and my YouTube analytics. And anyway, sorry about missing that shot. Alright, so this is just a quick screenshot of my channel, and you can see that the watch time and the average view duration and whatnot are steadily increasing, and I think that the most people that aren't YouTube makers or whatever, or at least anyway, before I started making things on YouTube, I thought it was just views. Views don't really matter at the end of the day. It's about view duration. How long are people actually staying on watching the content on your channel? Because otherwise, this whole YouTube thing would degenerate into a bunch of clickbait bullshit. And that, you know, isn't good for anybody, because then you just get misdirected all over the place. So tend to look at the on the right side, the average view duration. That's the most important metric to me, and I think that steady, that gradual but perceptible increase in view duration is a function of the feedback that you guys have been providing me. I appreciate it. I thank you. The comments are generally constructive and positive. I get some negative ones here and there, but you know, sometimes the negative ones are helpful. Sometimes there's just asshole trolls out there, but by and large, you can see from the likes and dislike ratio that I've got far more likes than I do dislikes. So I always keep that in mind. But anyway, the channel is growing. It's not the rate at which it's growing. It's important. I'm getting good viewers, great feedback, great insights into some of the restorations that I'm doing. So anyway, I'd just like to thank you. I'm happy to be at 500. I would continue to stay at 500, you know, as long as I have good viewers. I don't want a million viewers. I just want good viewers. So keep the feedback coming. I thank you for watching. I thank you for subscribing. Have a good day.